Oh, where are my headphones? I would like to put my headphones on. Ouch. Question is, what did I do with? Oh no, guys. Oh, my headphones. I ain't worry about it. Let's keep it moving. All right, so this is where I left off.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Yeah, I guess we're all afraid of something. All right, let's see what Sam got.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
It's Gregory. This house is huge, man.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he
Nah,
saw
I'm a
things
baby.
the rest of us don't.
Bend over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie.
Hey, what's up, King Lou?
Hello?
Happy New Year, fam.
Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw.
So I gotta pop the memory.
What his world was like. He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was he saw. Sure made him happy.
What am I supposed to be doing? Oh, I gotta go do that.
I know how silly it sounds. But I worried about our baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that.
What's going on out there, y'all?
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to...
he could have told us.
What about to drown?
About the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand. About Gregory. About everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too.
Okay. So the baby
Good
drowned.
luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Sad. Dang, he was only a year old. Yeah.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
Gus. Another young one.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea.
I need to find my headphones.
Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard. Before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, "We don't need a stepmom," were the words that I
now
remember.
pronounce you husband and wife. Make him thrive.
They're having a whole wedding down here. My boy is just flying a kite.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. Rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
About to get electrocuted.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't, until we found you. She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
How many people we got left? Lewis, Milton, Don. That's it, ain't it? I know this game ain't that short. That whole emergency event.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
That's her mama's room.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Taking a sip break, guys. Drink some of that invisible drink. I can't see it, but it's that Mountain Dew, though. They ain't paying me no money, so they don't get no exposure. So. Oh, I figured we were gonna go out
My
this
mom
window.
moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
Are we at the top?
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Got a little garden up here.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
I had a whole school up here? What the hell?
But it didn't last.
It's a very interesting game how they got it
Beginning at
going.
the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
That's sealed up, so I gotta figure out a different way. Here we go. Excuse me. Let's take it up. This is Milton.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
He just disappeared, I'm guessing?
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Yep. So this is her brother. That was her brother.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Where your other brothers at, though?
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Really? I had to go all the way around? Oh, there's more stairs.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room, until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Take it they want me to go this way. Through the hatch.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Boy was smoking that hookah. Boy got that weed. Oh, snap, still got weed in there. Hold up now. Can't let that go to waste now.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse.
Oh, man.
Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to
What else am I supposed to do? I just pretend.
wander.
Oh, what's happening here?
I asked him to describe it.
I'm doing both actions at the same time, guys.
He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
Thing getting color and everything added to it.
But he found something more. I
Hey, it
worried
went
about
3D
him
on me.
then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band.
That boy doing some
He
serious
was always
drugs, man.
humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery, but his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished.
So what you do? What you do,
He held
bud?
an election for mayor, and he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
Dude just stuck.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen.
They kind of let me choose the story right then a little bit.
The queen was on her own quest for sinister serpents. He followed the sound of her silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
The whole screen is the game now.
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
I am still
He
doing the
was so
fish thing,
proud
like
of
I'm
having
doing that
created
myself.
it. In his
Sometimes
own
it
eyes,
makes it
he
interact with the
becomes
world. That's
something
pretty
greater
cool.
than a king.
So I'm playing a guy working at a cannery, and I think he's losing his mind. He does drugs really bad, apparently.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming.
So he's like having this imaginative
And then it
story in
struck
his
him
head right now. I guess
that
he
the real
daydreamed.
Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Okay.
He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Just gonna jump out the window, dude.
The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him.
Ollie the cat right there. Y'all remember from the first episode? Little girl turned into a cat, and into an owl. She was jumped out the window.
His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
Put it on. How y'all doing?
Bend down his head.
Oh, he put his head in the thing with that the fish get chopped in.
And the rest I think. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Wow, that's crazy. My man chopped his head off
My
with
brother
the,
was really
with the
cool.
thing he was chopping the fish
I
heads
wish you
off
could
with
have met
the
him.
guillotine. Wow. Family got issues, don't they?
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
That's where we were staying.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Oh, this is my room then, huh?
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Oh, don't tell me I killed myself. Wow, hold up now.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Grandma Edie said she ain't going. She said she not. This my house.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
It's dark in here. I don't like it.
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
History of the Finches. Uh-oh. I'm about to find out what's going on with this family. Why everybody just keep dying?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Oh boy. Can't see a doggone thing.
I got turned around.
I don't know where I'm going. I'm a little creeped out. It's like playing Fortnite with all this fog.
For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
I'm looking for the words because I'm kind of just walking towards the words.
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go.
Come on, my dude.
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again.
Dang, Grandma. Great Grandma.
The next morning, the band came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot.
I used to do this all the time. Anybody else
We
do
both
this?
tried
I
to
used to
make
do
the
this
best of it.
all the time in the car.
A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot.
Damn, Mom.
The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while. And then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you.
Until she found out she was pregnant.
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Is the baby being born?
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
So she had a son. Dang, so how'd she die? I think that was the end right there, guys. It's pretty cool. They're showing the credits now. Yep. Oh. It's a pretty cute game. It's showing the credits right now. I'm gonna switch to my chat screen. It was pretty cool. I mean, it was really short. It was like an hour and a half of play, and it really wasn't much that you really had to do. You kind of just pressing buttons to continue the story, but it only had one way it could go. I mean, they had like a little part where I was kind of controlling what the story was, but it ain't had much to do with the story. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty cool how they set that up. It was a little creepy, honestly, but um, pretty cool game. I'm trying to see. I'm looking at the credits roll right now, just trying to see if there's anything else at the end of the game as far as like another story. So I don't know, but we might switch to a different game after this goes off. Excuse me. Probably play some Fortnite, really. It looked good though, how it was presented. Yeah, what do y'all think? I mean, if y'all didn't see the whole game, it's gonna be on my Twitch, of course, in my highlights, but it's also gonna be on my YouTube page. You can just look up GG Just Joshing on my YouTube, or you can go to my link. Matter of fact, my link tree. Put it in the chat real quick. You can go to that and check out my YouTube page to be able to watch. I got it in episodic format. This is gonna be when I'm finished with this, it'll be episode 3 for Edith Finch. But yeah, it was a pretty cool game. Come on, credits. I hate stuff where you can't like skip through the credits, but just a bunch of different pictures of kids of I guess the people that helped create the game. Playtesters. That's what they're called now. I want to be a playtester, mama. Mama. Hey, I think we made it to the end of the credits. That was cute. The end. Yep, so that was the end, like I thought.